Did this, had a guy paint this. The detail is phenomenal. This truck is an 83. Like the class ring says class of 83 on it. And Jake Seff helps me a lot with the pull. Or I should say us, the truck show, he helps a lot with the pull, but this is his old truck, his toy, and then the maroon one back there is the one that he runs all the time. And every once in a while too, we prank each other. So 11 years ago, I think it was, we were trying to figure it out. Jeremy made these mud flaps and he put them on the back of my truck. He hasn't been up here for a few years. And I had them in my office behind the desk. And this year when he come up, I made sure to get him over and I put them back on his truck. He forgot all about them.
Let's go look, let's go look.
You're gonna take a look at that real quick. Yeah, one prank led to another, and this is all we got left for pranks. So I'll be curious if they start showing up every year now.
Who wants it?
Hey, I was trying to tell Alex. I told him, I says, we can't really tell the stories, of course, about that truck on the YouTube.
Yeah.
But I can't remember, how did your old man word it that day? It was what he was telling, it's like the girlfriend that...
It was a girl that was real popular in high school, and 20 years later, it's a little rough around the edges, but she's still hot.
Yep.
And she won't tell you her past.
Exactly.
You can kind of fill in the lines with it.
There you go.
I'm loving it. It's just not quite YouTube friendly.
Right.
You know, Rob Spencer's a story of Rob Spencer. He put it through a couple ditches, and then Lang. Justin Lang, who owned it, a very renowned guy in the trucking world, he had his girlfriend back in the sleeper, and he's making it all romantic. And when we got the truck, it's still the original carpet in the sleeper. So, and we always wondered why there was a big hole in it. Well, we asked Justin, because Rob said, "Hey, you gotta ask Justin. You just have to ask Justin." So we asked Justin. He's like, "Yeah, I was getting a little romantic back in the sleeper, and I took the candle over and started the carpet on fire."
What's going on, mother truckers? Welcome to the Asian My Show. We came out here from Miami, Florida, out here to Casson, Minnesota, just to hang out with you today, Jim, at the Big Iron Classic 2021. And for the people that don't know, we're going to learn a little bit about the history and kind of how all this started. And so first off, please officially introduce yourself, sir.
Jim Finn. I grew up right in this area out here. Well, actually, town of Manorville, next town north of here out in the country. That started out probably, I want to say it was in about the mid-90s.
Oh, yeah?
I was talking to like Arlen Workman and Kraus and all of us, and I'm like, hey, what if I had a party? What do you think? And all them guys come up here, and that first year we had 98 trucks. We kind of told them here we were thinking 20.
Right.
We were hoping for 50 and ended up with 98.
So you didn't even think it was going to be a truck. You just wanted to have a party.
Just to get together, because like we all knew each other. And, I mean, everybody got to meet each other's wives, and families.
Yeah.
And then now it's pretty cool because we watched generations grow up in this business way. These two trucks right here are my boys. Brady was 2 or 3 years old when we started it. Taylor was about 5, and that was back in 2000, and here they are now. They got some of the biggest equipment on the road. So,
ain't that something?
It is. It's cool.
And so when you and Arlen and some of your boys said, hey, let's have a party just to get together to meet each other's families, and how many years back was that?
That would have been probably about 95, 96 or somewhere in there.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, I talked about it for about 5 years, and then we were at the Highway 80 truck show in 2000 that summer, and I watched the awards, and don't get me wrong, those trucks are neat. That's their deal. But there's so much stuff out here that's like, it's kind of a rolling truck show itself. I mean, the pride everybody takes in their stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, this is an 82. Brady's been building this when he was 18 years old, we went out to Seattle, flew out, he bought this thing. He never had a car payment growing up. Or when he turned 18, he put this truck together. It was a 210 wheelbase. He stretched it. He's retransplanted the motors in it. He's went through the 6 and 4 in it. Him, he had the bunk built for it. Put that on there, and he runs this thing every day.
Every day. It looks beautiful. I love it. And just the way it looks. It just looks like it's new and old at the same time.
Everybody gives him crap about painting it.
No.
And every time they do it, it just pushes it out another week. He ain't gonna do it.
He ain't gonna do it, right? No, I love that. I love that. Yeah.
And this is a 86. This is Taylor's. That's the original paint on this truck.
Oh, is it really?
Yep. This gets run every day too. So
I'm telling you. So it's just, you guys are a trucking family.
Yep.
Generations of trucking.
Yep.
And you guys just wanted to get together one day and just have a party just to enjoy each other.
Exactly. Yeah, because we were always working, and it was, you'd meet when you were working. It was an hour at dinner, and you know, whatever part of the country you were in. I think the first time I ever seen Arlen or met Arlen, we were down just north of Atlanta down in there. He was pulling a tank for Appalachia, and I was with Wayne at the time, you know, and we'd wave at each other for 2 years before we ever actually got to meet each other in person, I think.
I'm telling you, that's crazy. And so from the first truck party that you thought was going to be about 20 to 50 trucks turned out to be over 90.
Right.
And today, 600, 700, 800 trucks.
We'll know this afternoon. I'm guessing there's well over 500 here now. Our record year was, we were trying to figure it out. I got it written at home. I think it was 724 about 6 years ago. That was our record year. So.
Now, did you ever think, Jim, that you would seriously have the biggest truck show in America?
No, I honestly thought it'll probably be a couple-year party and never ever happen again, and it just turned into this, and now it's its own monster. I just got to figure out how to control it.
You know, why do you think people love coming to this show versus other shows? What's the biggest difference, you think?
This is a really tough answer. Honestly, if I had to explain it to you just like trucking, nobody would get it if they're not in the business.
Yeah.
But, I mean, these are kind of the last of the cowboys in the world that kind of roam the frontier, so to speak, you know? I mean, there's such a camaraderie with the people that are in this business because of the passion. It's a passion is what it is, you know? I mean, you work this thing all week, and then you work on it all weekend, then you're back in it on Monday again, you know, or Saturday night or whatever it takes to do the job, you know? And it's, I mean, like I tell people, if other jobs had this kind of camaraderie, there'd be desks out here with their computers and they'll be hanging out, you know, the people that work in the office, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't see that, you know?
Yeah.
So,
And that's why I think, you know, and I love that you made it non-judge.
yeah.
You know, people could come here, relax, and just enjoy each other's time.
Yeah.
I don't think it's changed from when you wanted it to be to where it is now.
Nope, it's just stayed the same.
No, that's great. No, that's great. Yeah, let's walk, because I know we have we have Dad's truck here.
Yep.
The Big Iron Classic would like to send out a sincere
Doing
thank
great,
you
brother.
to all our military
I
friends and
appreciate
their
you.
families.
So this Finn family, it's a bunch of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So how many generations do we go back? Trucking.
Be 3 generations now.
3 generations now. So we saw your boys' trucks. So whose truck is this?
This is my dad's. He's 80 years old now. He's the second owner on it. He parked it in 92. This thing is completely original right to the front bumper. The serial number is actually stamped on the top of that bumper that matches the truck.
Wow.
It's in a little bit tough shape. It's hit deer, cars have, you know, hit it, forklifts. And we just kept straightening it out because this truck is original right to the suspension, the motor, everything. It's a 335 Cummins with a 4x4, and I rode a lot of miles in the buddy seat of this thing growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, could you remember like a really great experience you had with your dad when riding with this truck?
They were all pretty great because I never wanted to get out of the truck, they said, when I was little. I never wanted to go home. I just wanted to stay in the truck all the time, so it was just always fun going to see what was over the next hill, what was going on out there, you know.
I love it. No, that's great. That's great. Yeah, take a look at this. Can we take a look inside?
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's kind of cool. He put that CB radio was the first CB radio we ever bought. That was when they.
That was the actual original CB radio right there, guys.
That was like, I want to say he bought it in like 1970, 1971. That CB radio is like 50 years old, and he's had that all this time. It sat in the box for most of it. He had an upgraded CB in it, you know, but he put that in there for the nostalgia, I guess, you know.
No, it looks wonderful. You know, these days you don't see like a true twin stick.
Right.
You know, so to see something like that.
That one of Brady's has got it too. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a 6 and a 4 on that one. Yep, this is a 4x4. So, yeah.
That's great. And because of what Dad started, it it really evolved into all this.
Exactly.
That's great, brother. No, that's great. Yeah. And who else do we have around?
My brother John, he's been running this truck since 2000. I bought it from him 5 years ago, and then this winter, I should say, Taylor, my oldest boy, he's always wanted this since he used to wash it for Grandpa all the time. I ended up selling to him. I had shoulder surgery, so I was off, so it worked out pretty good. But he still runs this truck 3 days a week. The guy doesn't sleep. He wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He goes and loads in Minneapolis at 5:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Makes 2 picks up there and goes to our customer. And yeah, he loves that truck.
I'll tell you. I know. Where's that brother of yours?
Right there.
There he is. Show him right here. He's trying to run away.
I'll move that down when you're talking. John, I'll move when you're talking.
John, come over here just for a second.
I'm not too good at camera, so.
No, that's all right. When you have to sum up trucking for yourself, how many years you been doing it now, sir?
Started over the road and 32 years ago, and then plus, you know, driving dump trucks local. But it's like Jim was trying to explain earlier. It's hard to explain that. It just feels so good when you're driving. You got a purpose, and you got a good sounding engine and a long hood in front of you. It's a really neat experience. But
I love it.
I was still in high school out here when he started trucking, bought his first truck. I used to get to sit and be jealous and watch him drive by out here on the highway when I had to sit in school because I didn't really care for school. So
That's great. That's good. That's good. We can take a look inside? Would that be okay, John? Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
yeah, he should really get some.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, wait up. I just heard some information that this Cummins motor has over 1 million miles and it's never been touched.
little things, but like, you know, the pistons, rings, bearings are all original. You know, just wiring harness parts and bait thrust washers, just small stuff. But yeah, but yeah, the head and oil pan never been off. So it's in the 1 million mile club of Cummins.
My gosh, so definitely Cummins needs to write you a check for that one.
It was the first year that ISX was on the market, and this is number 989. The first 1,000 trucks, you get a free chrome valve cover. So the engine still looks really good. I had it washed at the Blue Beacon once a week while I was on the road, so I always kept it shining. But
that looks good, yeah. I can't believe over 1 million miles and never really had any major problems. But I think that's a test to you because preventative maintenance, huh?
yeah, did more oil changes than required, did them sooner. Yeah, some people say it's a waste of money, but oil's cheap, so. But yeah, you know, engines now, they can go 2 million miles with the new oils, so. If I kept it on the road, I hope I could have got almost that much out of it, but.
Love it. So, yeah, let's check out the inside. Let's go this way, guys. Let's take a look.
Custom ordered the dash.
Oh yeah? Yeah, let's get you over here in front of the mic. And then let's get you over here in front of the mic. Yeah, tell us about it.
Custom ordered the dash. There's 26 gauges, 26 toggle switches. All the stainless inside is Rockwood, made by Carl Carson's. Really nice, high quality stuff. It's, gosh, you're doing what else to say.
No, that's perfect.
But
Well done. Thank you.
Thanks. Step back all the way there. Thanks.
Yep. Tell us what you got in this one.
It's got a 3406B 400 cat, 13 double over, Pete Lawyer suspension. I never really got it finished, but it's one of them trucks. The paint's falling off. But old A models are supposed to look like they're old work trucks.
Yeah. You know, and we were saying off camera, why is this truck so important to you?
It's weird. Years ago I had one. It wasn't a big hood, but it kind of fit me. Well, when I bought this one, I've had this one 10 or 11 years now, and it's not going anywhere. Everything fits in it. I just love driving this truck.
I love it. Yeah, no. Can we take a look inside? Is that all right?
I think it's a mess. Let me see. It's kind of a mess, but go ahead.
Yeah, tell us about it a little bit, the interior.
Diamond stitch button tuft. It's oxblood red with parchment buttons. It's a Seattle interior. Those are what come factory in them back then. There was a couple different options. You could get like the padded dash. I don't have the padded dash, but the full roof. Otherwise, it were plastic roofs. Yeah, just a good old truck.
No, that's great. Yeah,
Excuse the mess. It's just been a long week out here. Everything just kind of got thrown in it.
You better stop, you know. All y'all keep on saying your trucks are dirty, and then we open it up and it's not dirty. Okay? But you know, why is it so important to you to have so much pride in your truck?
I think it's, I don't know, I love driving down the road with everything all shined up. If there's dirt on the hood, it seems like it just kind of wrecks your day. So you get the truck washed up, you leave on Sunday and it's greased and everything feels good. It's just, I don't even know how to explain it.
I love it. I think the people at home know what you mean.
Yep. And it's in every business. It's not even this one. I mean, you see it, something that's so cool in this country anymore is the passion people have, whether it's, I don't care if you're a janitor to a truck driver to a teacher. I mean, anybody that's got passion in their work is just cool, but it seems like there's a lot of passion in this industry, particularly. And I mean, I see it more because I'm in the industry, but it's everywhere, you know. It's cool to see that because you don't see it anymore.
No, that's the truth.
Yep.
I love that you're keeping it alive, brother.
Yeah,
That's
thank
cool. So no, I appreciate it. You know, it's like, you know, now people at home might have a better understanding why this truck show even exists. It's because your dad started it. It's in your blood. Your brother does it. Your kids do it.
Yep.
And once in a while, you just want to meet up with friends.
Yeah.
And it became something big like this.
Yep. And the other neat thing about it is, we were talking about it last night, pretty much any of us here, I mean, this kind of whole group up here that hangs out together, we're the original ones here. And we got friends and, well, the guy Brady bought that truck from Seattle. We got another friend of ours in Idaho. We got a friend here from Montana, North Dakota. You're not going to go 4 to 6 hours. You know somebody, so if you have problems, we'll all help each other any way we can out there.
Yeah. It's definitely fun, family.
Yeah.
That's great, brother. No, thank you for that. And then maybe we could do a little part where we just jump in a golf cart or something like that, and you could just point. Okay. And I know you're gonna know everybody, but I think that's gonna be a cool part.
Not all of them anymore. I used to know all of them here, but now it's too big. I don't know everybody.
You know, one of the things that I saw was like, what was it, Bill Funk?
Yep.
Maybe you could talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's going and why you guys do what you do and what that is.
Okay.
I think that'd be great too.
Yeah.
And have that a part of that.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
These are all my boys' buddies' trucks here. And this is a good friend of mine from Winona, Jerry Lenander. He's got some really classy stuff.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that's him right there in the black shirt, the guy that owns that big black truck.
Is that right?
Yep.
There's the man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Oh, Todd Joby's owned that truck since '96. That used to, he did all the big shows in Louisville and all that with that years ago. That's pretty neat inside.
So yeah, Arlen was telling me he's pretty legendary.
Yep.
You know, we're gonna get an interview with him, but
Oh, cool. Yeah, that thing has got a unbelievable interior in that cab. It's all rosewood from Rockwood Products out of Manitowoc.
Wow.
Carl that owns Rockwood's a big sponsor of our show. And that's full of that stuff. It's just beautiful. I want to say they call it, I think it's African rosewood is what it is. It's like the hardest wood there is. And that's what all that wood is in that truck. There's Joe Eaton here. This Blue Pete, he's in his 70s now. That guy's an old legendary guy. He used to truck the coast forever.
I'm gonna need you as my other talent manager. I was trying to tell Arlen he has to be my talent manager, but you're gonna have to be my other one, Jim.
Okay.
Just tell me who has the cool stories so we can highlight them.
And there's so many cool stories behind all this stuff out here, but you know. I'll take you over by a pretty cool truck over here that we've known for a long time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just whatever you think people don't know, that's what we want to know today.
Okay. Well, the guy that Brady bought his yellow and white from out in Seattle, Nick Leslie. I can't remember the guy's name that owned that one, but this ended up in Iowa now. The Gouge family owns it, that owns IMT Transport. That thing is unbelievable. And this is Jeremy that owns IMT's truck. That truck has got an unbelievable history that you definitely don't want to go into on YouTube. It's caused rehab for a handful of people that own that truck over the years.
Really?
It's got some pretty wild stories behind it. It's if you ever get a chance, if you go on YouTube, there's a rolling interview with Chris. I feel bad, I can't say his last name, but he does it, and I can't remember how Jeremy worded it, but it was great. It was like, it's that girlfriend that's got all these stories you don't want to know about when you're in that truck. It's one of them deals.
I love it.
That's great. You got to go on there to see how he words it. It's awesome the way he worded it. This is another one of their old extended hoods. That was Nick Leslie from Seattle that owned that. They bought that one. This here truck, Don Hastings bought this thing brand new. This had a 6 4 2-stick in it, B model cat. That's now an E model, 3406 E model cat. My oldest boy Taylor up there, that was his truck. He transplanted that motor into it. And then this is really cool if you want to walk over here. The guy that had it after Don did this, had a guy paint this. The detail is phenomenal. This truck is an 83, and like the class ring says class of 83 on it. The detail is just phenomenal in that paint job. I'm not a big mural guy, but it is pretty cool when you look at the detail in it. It's, you know.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, this was a big old West Coast truck back in the day. Everybody knew Don. He was one of them old legendary guys that I want to say he's in his mid to late 70s now, and that dude's still out trucking. I mean, he just runs around local or whatever. He'll go wherever he has to, but he's still out there just doing the deals.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Yeah, anytime you want to stop, if there's a story to tell, this is cool.
Okay.
Because honestly, I'm not even interviewing anymore. I'm just having fun.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean, Jim? I'm just
Did he just take bits and pieces out of this thing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say that one's original paint too still. So I'm going to ask Broccoli if he can remember how that interview, or what he said. Hey, I was trying to tell Alex. I told him, I says, we can't really tell the stories, of course, about that truck on the YouTube.
Yeah.
But I can't remember, how did your old man word it that day? It was what he was telling. It's like the girlfriend that...
It was a girl that was real popular in high school, and 20 years later, it's a little rough around the edges, but she's still hot.
Yep.
And she won't tell you her past.
Exactly.
You can kind of fill in the lines with it.
Well, there you go.
I'm loving it.
It's just not quite YouTube friendly.
Right.
You know, Rob Spencer's a story of Rob Spencer. He put it through a couple ditches, and then Justin Lang, who owned it, a very renowned guy in the trucking world, he had his girlfriend back in the sleeper, and he's making it all romantic. And when we got the truck, it's still the original carpet in the sleeper. So, and we always wondered why there was a big hole in it. Well, we asked Justin, because Rob said, hey, you gotta ask Justin. You just have to ask Justin. So we asked Justin, he's like, yeah, I was getting a little romantic back in the sleeper, and I tipped the candle over and started the carpet on fire. That got hot quick.
Oh yeah.
It's been a little bit everywhere. We don't want to change it too much, but
Exactly. It's just too cool.
Brady sure likes it.
Oh yeah.
I let Brady drive it, and he said, man, I need one of these emo holes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's got the, what was it, the Rob Spencer go fast.
Yeah, people actually
think
think
it's a machine.
It's like a real thing around. Where do I get one? It's like, well, it's kind of like Rob just kind of does it.
Yeah, you got to
know?
kind of know him too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Of course.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we're gonna keep cruising. Wisconsin, he's got some really nice. I mean, we can tell by looking at it, it's unbelievable equipment.
Yeah, Steve Moss, I heard
Oh,
at
you know-
his house, he's got some hot rods.
Oh yeah. This thing here is really cool. This kid's from Butte, Montana. I don't think he's quite 30 yet. His name is Jimmy Johnson. He was running this thing around without a sleeper on it. It's got a whole 400 Cummins in it. He runs this thing all over the country. He gets out of there. He's got the button-up shirt, the blue jeans. I mean, he looks like 1967. It is so cool. He's just a neat guy. We were out in Vegas the first time we met him, and my boy Brady, I think it was a day cab, he's like, you got to take me for a ride. So them two were cruising up and down the 15 in that thing out in Vegas. This was like 5-6 years ago when he first put that thing on the road, but that thing is just, it is cool. He's just a neat guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We had a spotlight of him earlier.
Oh, did you? Cool.
Yeah. Everybody loves you, Jim.
I don't know what loves me.
Oh, come on. You say that as people wave. And yeah, just speak freely because I'll edit, and next thing you know, we'll feel like we did this for an hour, but then it'll be like 15 minutes.
Okay. Morning, Dean.
So you know pretty much everybody.
I'd say a good 75-80% of them here still.
That's great.
That's cool. I mean, you look at this stuff, like I say, I mean, this stuff is, it's truck show quality in my eyes. I mean, it's, yeah, we got rock chips we work it, but it's, and that was the biggest thing to just, everybody here kind of gets appreciation for the time and effort they put into it. And, you know, hats off to the wives that stand behind everybody in this business and put up with the, you know, which that takes, you know, they're at home raising the kids, and we're trying to raise food for the table. Like I always said with my mom and dad, it was dad made the dollars and mom made the cents. You know?
Yeah, I like that.
There's some truck pull trucks.
Now I was gonna ask you, this is my one favor. Where can I be with my brother so we can film some cool truck pulling today?
I'll get you right down in here. I'll get you some passes.
Are you serious?
Yep. I'll kind of show you the.
You are the best, Jim. Thank you so much. I really just do the show just as the excuse to make friends.
There you go. Don't blame you.
So we got truck pulls going on tonight, people.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We started out doing the pull. It was all road trucks, and the Cornelius family that's been pulling here every year. That goes way back. That's 3 generations of trucking as well. Real neat family. They do all their own motor work. But Luke and I were fairly close in age. My dad and his grandpa were really good friends, and his dad Scott's got a big pull truck too. And I actually, the first year I decided to do the pull, I went to Luke and I asked him question after question. I'm like, and he was one of them too. I talked to 5 years prior to the show. I'm like, hey, if I do this, you want to do it? Yeah. He says, and then, you know, I wanted the truck pull because I love horsepower, and how can you go wrong with horsepower? But I mean, it started out, it was, you know, anywhere from a 400 horse motor to, well, back then Scott was putting out probably 1,000+ horse out of them Ks, and now these guys are pushing 2,500, 3,000 horse. They start down there and they pull 300 feet is our full pull, but we do what they call a floating finish, so we measure it. It's pretty cool. Some of them guys, on good nights when they're running, they'll end up with their front ends up on that bank when they stop. Yeah.
So we're talking all the way over there and run up.
Yep. And the sled, when the box comes up on a sled, and it of course puts more weight down, you know, and then the grousers drop in the ground like these little plows, and that's how they stop them guys.
Wow.
And Johnny's been our pull sled guy since day one, and every couple of years he's got to add more of them grousers the more horsepower they get so he can stop these guys. It's pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know. Because I know Bill has his a race truck.
Yep.
And then Mike has his. And so these guys are 2,500 plus.
Yep. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, what I'll probably do is I can kind of let you guys roam a little bit down here tonight. You'll see when it gets going where they go. It's basically they're going to start about in the center on the hill up there, and they kind of dive for right here. They go for that lowest spot to get as far as they can. So,
all right,
yeah, you just don't want to get too close if something ever.
Yeah. I'll zoom in if I gotta feel like I gotta get that close.
Right.
No, that'd be great, brother. Thank you, Jim. I mean, I'm on cloud 9 right now. How many people get to do a private tour with the man that started all this? This is amazing. This is great.
Morning, guys.
Morning. You ready for it?
I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow when it's over. Them guys come clear out of Michigan to pull. They've been coming up here for quite a few years.
Oh, really?
The Hamiltons out of Brent and John Hamilton out of Michigan. Just nice guys. Just good people. They bring some serious power. The first year they come here, Brent had this little blue Freightliner, and nothing polished up or nothing, just clean. He went out there and he yanked that thing down. He all pulled everybody that night. That crowd went just nuts. This old Kenworth here with the Seminole paint job on it. This is Clyde Green. He's out of Wyoming. He comes up every year and all that thing's really neat.
It looks brand new.
Yeah. Oh, that truck is nothing short of spectacular. It is beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, when I was telling you about him going up the bank, this red and black one here, Brian Laurie, out of Wisconsin, he puts on a hell of a show out here. He hooks this to the sled. It's quite the animal.
How much horsepower do you think he got into there?
I'm guessing it's got to be 2,000 or better.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of it too. I mean, you could have the horse, but them guys, I mean, they know what they're doing to make them things hook up to the dirt, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's skill, too.
Skill, exactly, yep. Morning. Yeah, there's just a lot of cool stuff here. Oh yeah, that Scott Cornelius I was telling you about with the pull trucks that his boy Luke I got a lot of the info from. That's Scott's pull truck on the trailer, and then that red and black Pete over there, that's his big heavy haul truck. He runs around with I can't remember, he's got like a 10 or 12 axle setup. He runs that thing all over the country. That's got a big K Cummins in it with thousands of horsepower too. Guy, he is really interesting. He knows his stuff when it comes to the Ks, and his boy too. His boy Luke he could make motors run at 10, 12 years old. That family's really into trucking. Or old trucks, I should say. So, yeah. family, or you know them guys.
Yeah, I was actually introduced to them by Steve
Oh, okay.
just earlier today.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard their story. We're gonna do a little highlight on them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep, they got some very top-notch stuff too. These are pretty neat. Fred Parsons out of Wisconsin. That cab over's got a big KT Cummins in it and then a V8 Cat in the conventional. That thing's pretty crazy, ain't it?
I think that's deep. Everybody just stands there and just kind of looks at it. Just stares at it.
I think that's crazy. Of course, our registration trailer where everybody registers.
What's up?
And then now, he's been with me for quite a few years now. They got Glenn Walrick is on the board, Pat Barker, and Jake Seff helps me a lot with the pull. Or I should say us, the truck show, he helps a lot with the pull, but this is his old truck, his toy, and then the maroon one back there is the one that he runs all the time. He's, well, everybody at the show that helps with it in one way, shape, or form. I mean, they're my right arm this week, and most of these volunteers have been here since the beginning. It's such a well-oiled show with these people. They know what to do, and they are damn good at what they do. So I couldn't ask for better people. This is another one, second generation, Cody Gudgeon. He lost his dad a couple years ago. I was really good friends with his dad, and same deal with my boy works with him. Jerry's owned this since I want to say this is around a 2003-ish. This thing's just top notch, this stuff. And of course, you know Richard here.
Oh yeah. I highlighted him, and it was great. He started off and said, "I don't want to be on camera."
Yep. There's two generations right there.
Yeah.
Rod and Tyler Yeager.
Yeah, I got a chance to highlight them as well.
They did cool.
Yeah, the Yeager family.
Oh, that's right. That was down at Jay's.
Yeah.
This here 007, they were B models in the movie, but that was one of them James Bond trucks.
The actual?
Well, these were made, I can't tell you the actual numbers, like 143 of them or something. But these were when the L model come back out in 1990, or the long hood. And they had a couple different, features inside of them. But it was the 007 edition. If you ever go to, was it License to Kill? I think the trucks are popping wheelies. They're painted like that.
Yeah.
But this was my oldest boy Taylor's truck. He just sold it back to Fleener Brothers. They had owned it at one time, and they ended up buying it back from Taylor here just about a month ago. So,
wow.
Yeah.
No, that's great history. No, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to get any of this information if we weren't having this little tour today, so I truly appreciate you.
Cool. I got Jeremy over there. That's some top-notch stuff. His boy isn't out of school yet, but I think he's going to be into trucking too, so.
He has no choice.
Pretty much, we're all corrupt. You got Jim Crane Anchor here. He's got some cool stuff. He's owned that since it was new. He's a big heavy haul guy out of Kansas City. So this is 1970. Sean still runs this thing. He's owned this forever. Good friend of mine.
You know all your friends are going to love you.
Then the orange 352. We call him J-Rod. That's the one that I put on the dash black this year, is that orange cab over Pete right there.
I was going to say it looked very familiar.
Yep. Yeah.
So do your friends ever get mad when they don't get a good parking spot?
No, They come in and we just all try and cram in and just have a great time. There's another one. Sailors are here. Have you got to meet any of them?
I have not yet.
This was Colby. Colby got killed in a motorcycle accident probably 12, 13 years ago. His boy Wyatt still brings a truck up to the show. They kept it. Used to truck with Colby and his brother Tim that's up here. And their dad Chuck's got a really neat cab over Kenworth. Yeah, real neat trucking family. They were another group that knew I was going to put this out before I told anybody about it. You know, they're like, oh yeah, we'll come if you do it. And they were all here the first year, so yeah.
It's great to see all the day ones.
Yeah, there's still quite a few of them. There's still, I mean, kind of, probably 75% of us, the original ones, still come. You know, they still come every year. So yeah. And every once in a while, too, we prank each other. So, 11 years ago, I think it was, we were trying to figure it out. Jeremy made these mud flaps and he put them on the back of my truck. He hasn't been up here for a few years. And I had them in my office behind the desk. And this year when he come up, I made sure to get him over and I put them back on his truck. He forgot all about them.
Let's go look.
Yeah, go take a look at that real quick. Yeah, one prank led to another, and this is all we got left of the prank. So I'll be curious if we start showing up every year now.
Who wants it?
Yeah, this is Tim Lee. He was another one that knew about the show. That was his brother was Colby. And Tim's had this truck since soon after he got out of high school. He rebuilt that, and Colby did all the body work on it and everything. Yeah, he's owned that truck like 30 some years. Still runs it.
You guys want to buy a smoker? Raffle starts at $5.
I'll get back to you. I'm on a mission. That green and white cab over back there.
Yeah.
This is the first time he's actually been up here. I lost touch of that guy about 22 years. It was 22 years since we seen each other, and he made it up here this year. That was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that truck this guy was just talking about is this green Kenworth here. This thing is pretty cool. It was out of Alaska.
All right.
It's got a 6 and 4 two-stick in it, a V8 cat, 280 some wheelbase factory. It had a pusher axle on it. It's just neat, cool, and original.
Yeah, I gotta get a quick of the interior of this. Yeah, after this, I'll start coming every year. Cool. So we can highlight your show. Not like you need it. What's up?
That really helps.
Hey, buddy.
Just another day.
Another day.
Another day is working.
Yep.
Yep.
This is Bill.
So, how are you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good. So Jim, what's going on over here?
Bill Funk Trucking out of Chatfield. This is a memorial setup. Like Bill said, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of neat. You see the names and I can't realize this guy was gone that long or whatever. It's just kind of neat to honor all them guys. I mean, a lot of good operators over the years.
Now, are these operators that come to the show or operators in America?
Mostly in America. Most of them all have been to the show. And then some of them, maybe never got to make it, had passed away before the show, or, So, and then this here is Alconic that owned Midwest. They did a real neat deal on there. And as you can see, I was pretty stylish when I was little.
Let's see it.
This is my dad's 71 Freightliner. He had at least on the Midwest. He bought it brand new. I rode a lot of miles in that thing too.
Look at you. Look at the way you just stand, though. You still got the same.
Still got stance.
Still the same stance.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And that was my dad. Him and John, they were hauling Coors beer out to Denver, or back from Denver, I should say. They could bring it to Iowa. It still wasn't legal in Minnesota. It was back in the probably late 70s.
Some memory lane stuff, huh?
Yep. And this truck here, Chris Koenig still owns it. It's down around the corner here. He'd be a neat one to talk to too. He's a son of Al Koenig that started this Midwest Specialized Transportation. And these were, I want to say this goes back to like 77. That's my dad there. Better than half of these guys are gone now. But they got their Million Mile Award plaques back in 77. Some of them, these guys, they got 3, 4, 5 million miles on them now.
That's great, brother.
Yeah, that was dad's too.
Looking at all this, brother, I truly appreciate you, because I don't know if you know, but you and your family are part of trucking history, along with all your friends.
Right.
That help put something along like this, where everyone could just get together and have a great time.
Yep.
So, I would say from the truck drivers that are watching this and all of us at home as well, we thank you for that, Jim.
I thank everybody for just being a part of it.
I heard that.
Yeah.
We've been rolling around with Jim all day. And Jim, you said that, there was someone that inspired you to get into trucking and a lot of that. And that's why this show is here today.
Right.
And so the man, the myth, the legend is with you.
Yep.
So introduce us to Dad.
This is my dad, Chuck Finn. He's 80 years old now. Still trucks for fun 3 days a week because he gets bored. He's runs parts for us. He still helps us in the shop. And then I showed you his trucks up there and stuff.
Yeah.
One he still owns, and one that he owned that we bought, and this is a retirement ride now. So yeah.
I love it. It's such a pleasure to meet you. I met both your sons. I think you did okay.
Thank you.
How many years have you been trucking now, sir, total?
Oh, first big truck, 62. What would that would that be 38, 40, 58, 59 years.
So we're going on almost 60 years.
Yep.
So 60 years of trucking. If you were to just describe 60 years of trucking in a couple words, what have they been for you?
Oh, big change.
Big change?
Real big change, yeah.
For the better, for the worse?
A little of both. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, even though those changes are coming, this truck show that you have right here, it kind of brings back a little nostalgia, huh?
Oh, you bet. Big time.
No. Well, we at home appreciate you, sir.
Let's find a picture of it for you.
Yeah, we got to.
Truck.
You got too many pictures of trucks in there, Jim.
Exactly. He actually had to have it drawn because he never had a picture of it. I might have to send it to you.
Not a problem.
Oh, I just found it.
Now we got to scroll all over.
Yeah, right when I hit it, it went really fast. That was when he hit the 13.6 sign. He didn't just hit the sign, he tipped it up and everything, and then the scale master told him there was a low bridge down the road.
Wow.
Down in Missouri, I got a $6 ticket for being over height.
A $6 ticket, that's like $20,000 now. Am I right?
That's about it.
Been out of business now.
The last question I have to ask you, and this is a serious one now. How do you have all that hair?
I don't know. I don't really know.
He had really good kids.
That never
They
did.
took on all the stress.
Yes.
Never did turn gray.
I heard that. Oh, overall, we appreciate you so much.
And one other one too is my mom is a big inspiration in this. She is 1 in a million to put up with the trucks and the hours, and
She gets 90% of the credit
Exactly.
for this family.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really great. No, well, we thank you so much. You know, I talked to so many drivers here today, and they're just smiling, you know, ear to ear, you know.
Yeah.
And it's something that you guys just kind of started, and it became something extremely special.
He got the idea, and I told him he was crazy, you know, but he made it work, and it's the cream of the crop. You know, that's what you find here. There's some bad apples, but for the most of them, there's neat people that you like to be close to. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I told him, I said, I just want to have a party. He's like, you're goofy.
You're goofy. And so, what do you think these days? You did okay?
You bet. Very good.
I love
He's
it.
just amazing. And you know, we got something between him and I and his youngest son. We had trouble in school, but everything worked out. His first day, kindergarten, he hid behind a tree, and everything went downhill from there.
Some kids had make-believe friends. I had a tree to hide behind.
I love
It's still out there. It's a big monster oak tree.
I love it. That's great.
But everything all worked out so beautiful. Like, you know, it all could change, but right now everything is all beautiful. So.
That's great. No, well, we appreciate your time.
I do got one
you.
other brother, too. He's not into trucking, but he's kind of a gearhead like us. But
shout him out. He's gonna be upset if you don't.
he he was very impressive career, too. He was a mechanic in the Air Force Thunderbirds.
Wow.
Yep. And he lives in Atlanta, too. Now he's got a real nice family down there. He usually comes up. They were up here 3 weeks ago with us, but they try to make up the show once in a while. So, yeah.
That's good.